Welcome back to Solo Marvel Champion, where today I'm playing Rogue against Standard MaGog. Sometimes I just like to play Standard. Now we do have some setup, part of which is choosing a random modular set from the Mojo Mania Scenario Pack. So I do have them numbered 1 to 6, and I'm just going to roll a die. 3 is Horror. We're going to shuffle Horror into the deck. I think we get the Kraken, the Vampire, the Cultist. This is a fun mod set. Then we put the Champion and Challenger's environment cards into play. This starts with 1 threat. Let's give me a shuffle, and in my hand, I'd love to see Mirage. Mirage will give me a stun on MaGog right away. This deck really requires allies, and psionic allies specifically, because what I'm trying to do in this deck is play Psychic Kicker over and over again. And I can't play Psychic Kicker unless I have the psionic trait, so I need psionic allies to touch. Utopia is nice. See if I can get a double for Utopia. Got it. Got Mirage. Jacket. I play that, I can also play Mirage, and I think I'm fine with that. It'll actually allow us to do some good damage, too. So I'm not even going to mulligan. Well, I always say, would like to keep that. So I am going to mulligan, see if I can pick up another double to play Mirage. Psychic Kicker is really fun. Power of is a double for Mirage. But can I do everything I want? I can pay 2 for Utopia. 1, 2, 3. I still can't get Depth Focus down, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to flip up, and I'm going to do 2 for Utopia. I'm going to attack for 2. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 for Mirage. That is an X-Men, so it readies me. After Mirage enters play, choose an enemy whose scheme is less than Mirage's thwart. Stun that enemy. So I attack for 2 more. Mirage attacks for 1. I'm going to use my action, attached touch to another character. You gain each of the attached character's traits until the end of the round. That means I'm now psionic, and I can play Psychic Kicker. Play only if you have the psionic trait. Ready an ally. That ally gets +2 attack and +2 thwart for the next basic thwart or attack this phase. So she's ready, and she can now attack for 3. This is going to fall off, and Mirage. And actually, that would go to the discard pile, because this forced response, after the player phase begins, find it and set it aside. So I would find it in discard. Well, now that's very interesting, because I can do 2 for Scimitar, 2 for Kid Omega, who is both X-Men and psionic. That'll be a good turn, as long as I don't have to discard anything. 2 goes on. He cannot attack because he's stunned. And I get 1 encounter card. 3 states Surge. When revealed, you may spend a resource of any type to attach this to your identity, otherwise discard it. That makes me sad because I need all of my resources to do what I want. So I am not going to do that. It's going to get discarded. It does Surge, though. When revealed, defeat an ally you control and place it face down under here. Forced interrupt, when he is defeated, discard an ally from under here instead. Then heal all damage. Well, that's nice because I don't have any allies out at the moment. That worked out in my favor. But he attacks for 3, so I do want to get rid of him. So I'll attack the werewolf for 2. I'm going to do Power of the Mind for... Oh, I cannot do that at the moment. Also, this gets attached to me. So the order I have to do, which is slightly less fun, is do Power of the Mind for Kid Omega. That readies me, and now I can touch this ally to give me Psionic to play Scimitar. If I could have done that in the other order, Scimitar would have done the damage I needed there. I'm going to attack for 2 more. I'm actually fine letting this scheme out, so I'm not even going to take the thread off of there. I'm going to have Kid Omega attack for 2. Now, Forced Interrupt. When MaGog would be defeated, reset him to 10 instead. Place 3 ratings on the challenger and deal each player a face down encounter card. Let's ready. Well, as long as I can keep him in, that's good. I might play Expansion or Soaring Acrobatics. Let's just see where this turn goes. 1 goes on the main. He's attacking. And like I said, I don't care much about counters going on, because as long as it goes to 5 and not much higher, I'm fine. So the attack is 2, 3, 4. I take 4 damage. And after MaGog attacks and damages a character, place 1 counter here. I get 2 encounter cards. Surprise Contender, who I'm going to want to get rid of. He gives me extra counters here. And if I keep him in play, when I flip this, he would get a tough. But if I defeat him first, I'll get 2 counters, and then it'll flip, and I get him right back. But he won't have a tough. Next card is an Advance. He schemes for 1, only 1, which is enough. When this scheme would be completed, place 2 here and remove all the threat. So we can do 2 for Soaring Acrobatics. This would have come off. It goes back on. And I am going to attack, or it doesn't go back on. I attach it to Kid Omega. I attack for 2, and because I have Aerial now, Soaring Acrobatics gives me 1 more. So I'm attacking for 3. Then I can use Psychic Kicker. I don't need to ready him. It's hero action, ready an ally. That ally gets +2/+2. Maybe I do need to ready him because it's that ally. That is the target. So that's a little unfortunate. He has hit points I can't overcome. He only has one hit point left. So what I think I'm going to do, well, I really wish I had, I'm going to do 2 for X-Mansion. I'm going to flip down, and I'm going to heal a mutant character, mutant or X-Men character 1. Now, I still don't get to do everything I want to do, but he can attack for 2. I'm going to ready. 1, 2, there's Phoenix, which is what I was looking for, and there's another Psionic Kicker, so I didn't lose too much, hopefully. And that Mutant Education is going to shuffle some stuff back in for me and draw me a card because I have X-Mansion. 2 goes on the main. He is scheming for 1, 2, 3, 4. That goes all the way up to 6. This goes to 5 and clears, and when this goes to 5, each player draws a card. I do this. He schemes for one, only one. And I get one encounter card. This has... Let's see, what does this have? When revealed, if the champion is on cheering side, place an additional threat here. This has 5. When defeated, place 1 ratings counter on challengers. Okay, so basically the sad thing here is I'm going to have to defeat this guy twice in a row. Unless I want him to get a tough, I could go defeat MaGog instead and then give Surprise Contender a tough. Let's use Mutant Education to shuffle that and that back into my deck. If X-Mansion is in play, I draw a card. Ooh, Superpower Adaptation is good here, real good here, because that means I can play Psychic Kicker and get it right back. Let's use X-Mansion to heal him 1. And flip up to hero. I'm going to do 1, 2. I'm going to... Oh, timing here is so weird. I'm going to thwart 2 here. Then I'll do 1, 2, 3. Oh, man. Timing is so weird here. I'm going to attack for 2. Now this knocks him out. And when defeated, place 2 on the challengers. If there are 5 or more here, flip this. And Surprise Contender comes into play. Now, I do 1, 2, 3 for Phoenix. Phoenix is an X-Men, so that readies me. And I'm going to thwart... Oh, I'm going to touch Phoenix. That gives me aerial. I'm going to thwart 2 and make it 3. When this is defeated, I get a counter. And when Phoenix entered, I ready an X-Men and heal them 1. Kid Omega attacks for 2. And then because I've got Psionic on, or because I've got Phoenix touched, I'm now Psionic. So I am going to play Psionic Kicker. Ready and give them +2, +2. He now attacks for 4. And he gets knocked out. With Phoenix still touched, I'm going to play Superpower Adaptation. If touched is attached to a friendly character, search its owner's discard pile for an event that belongs to the same classification as that character. Aspect. I'm going to pull that event into my hand. And she is going to attack for 1 to knock out the Surprise Contender. When he's defeated, we put 2 on. Then, oh, also, I played a couple Psionic cards this turn. Scimitar does 2 damage. And let's say that I didn't do that. Let's say I forgot, because technically it is a response. It's not forced. I still have Phoenix touched, so I'm going to play Psionic Kicker. That's Psionic, so it deals 2 damage. That readies her and gives her +2 attack, so she attacks for 3. Let's ready. I don't feel like I'm going to need to go down and play Mutant Education, so I'm going to get rid of that and just draw. That gets me superpower adaptation back, or that gets me psionic kicker back. So this should be an easy turn. 2 goes on. He's attacking for 2. I'm going to defend this one. 2, and this is attached to MaGog. He gains Retaliate and Stalwart. After his hit points would be reset, discard this and add a counter. So I took no damage, and I get 1 encounter card. This attaches to him, and will add a counter as well when his hit points would be reset. This comes off. So there are a lot of fun things I could do here. I'm not going to get it ready, but I don't think that is going to matter because that'll deal 2 damage to it. But so I'm going to touch Phoenix and play Superpower Adaptation. Now that is going to get me, I think, trying to decide if I get Make the Call back. If I get Make the Call back, I think I've got the win. Whereas if I just get Psionic Kicker, I don't believe I do. I would attack for 2, 3, not enough. But if I did Mirage, he would be stunned. I also ready if I do make the call. So with Superpower Adaptation, I'm going to get Make the Call. This is going to go a turn longer than I wanted it to, but I'm going to make the call. Oh, I bet Black Panther isn't in there, is he? Nope. So I'm going to make the call for 1, 2, 3 for Mirage. Now, 2 things happen. I ready, and this says, after Mirage enters play, choose an enemy with a scheme less than Mirage's Thwart and stun them. I almost put a confuse on. So, stunned. I am Ariel because Phoenix is touched. So I attack for 2, 3. Now I take a Retaliate. Now I did not play Mirage. That was I played Make the Call. So Scimitar doesn't trigger. But Phoenix can attack for 1, taking a Retaliate. Although it wouldn't matter, she was going anyway. And then Mirage attacks for 1, knocks him out, and doesn't take a Retaliate because she knocked him out. Now, his health would reset. Then I place 3 on challengers. After it's reset, place 1 on challengers. After it's reset, place 1 on challengers. And if there are at least 10 on challengers, you wow the crowd and the players win the game. So that was fun. That time the deck actually did kind of do exactly what I wanted. I really wish Black Panther had been in my discard pile because Black Panther is fun. So I had Phoenix. I had Phoenix touched, so I did have Psionic. I could make the call for Black Panther, and he would go get me a Psychic Kicker. Then he could attack for 2. I could play the Psionic Kicker, which, number 1, readies Black Panther. Number 2 is Psionic, so it would deal 2 damage. And then Black Panther attacks for 6. So that would be, or for 4. So that's 6, 7, 8 damage with Black Panther and Scimitar. And I was really hoping to pull that off in this game, but I couldn't. But I still got to show the power of using Psychic Kicker. So that's a fun game. Let me know what you missed. Let me know what I missed in the comments. I keep tweaking this deck. This is a deck I've been working on for a long time, and I just keep coming back to it, making little tweaks, little changes, and I do like the way it is now. It's just not a super powerful deck. Like, MaGog isn't a super powerful villain. He's not super difficult. It's just fun to play for me. So I could have gotten 2 more damage there too. You know, before Phoenix leaving play, I could have done energy transfer. That would have moved that to MaGog, and they would take 2 damage, and I would ready. And heal. I maybe should have done that instead. I forgot about that. That is a really good card. All right. That's enough talk. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a marvelous day.